You know when your dad says he's going to the gas station to get milk?
And then he never comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, no, I don't know that. My dad's awesome.
Me neither. My dad is awesome too.
You know when you're signing your friends' yearbooks and they say, have a great summer?
Yeah.
We should hang out.
Yeah. And then you don't end up hanging out. Yeah. I just want to talk about how I almost killed you twice within 30 minutes. I really want to talk about that.
All right. I wasn't going to bring it up.
Okay. Jake and I got in a fight.
Yeah. I know. People always say how much money can mess with a friendship, and you don't really realize it till you start making podcast money.
Yeah, that's true.
Because once we saw those podcast checks rolling in, it just like really messed up our dynamic.
It's true. It overnight it went from friend business relationship to like strictly business professional.
Yeah.
And then I started to see him more as like an obstacle in my way, kind of like progressing my fame.
Yeah, you kind of started looking like an expense to me. Like
yeah.
Like when I really am like,
I remember when you said that to me.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
You are expendable.
You used to be a friend, and now you're nothing more than a business expense.
Yeah, I remember when we were at the marble negotiation table, and you slammed both your hands on the table, and you looked at me. You said, "I could have you replaced by anyone on the street in 5 minutes to do a better job than you're doing right now."
Which began the slow death of Friends with Benedicts. Dude, it's not surprising that you thought it was pollution, because you didn't even know that Snickers and Three Musketeers were actually supposed to be switched.
Dude, you're gonna trigger me. Jake
They
told me
packaged them wrong, dude.
Jake told me that Snickers was originally supposed to be Three Musketeers.
Because there's 3 ingredients in it.
It's just not even true, first off.
Snickers and Three Musketeers were supposed to be switched because Snickers has 3 ingredients and Three Musketeers is just like a big candy bar of mush. Well, it's a candy bar full of Snickers, but they switched the names.
Candy bar full of Snickers. Okay, first off, hold on. We were talking about caramel.
Caramel is caramelized sugar.
What's caramelized?
Like when you caramelize an onion. It's just cooked.
Oh.
It's cooked sugar.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah. It's melted sugar.
Why does it taste different?
Because it's caramelized.
Why? No. No.
Yeah. Why does a cooked onion taste different than a raw onion?
Okay. All right. Okay. Fair. Okay.
Yeah, I freaking got him.
Okay. So then, anyway. Okay. I'm just trying to recap
dude.
Jake's point. Jake's point is that somehow there was some fucking mix up at the factory where they were like, okay, these candy bars need to go in these wrappers, and they're like, those candy bars there. Got it. And then something happened, and they put the wrong candy bars in the wrong wrappers and never fixed it.
Yeah,
they just never,
because they were just a family run operation at that time, and they spent all their money on their first 100 Snicker bars and first 100 Three Musketeers bars.
Why did they do it that way? Why did they start 2 businesses at once? Why didn't they have one recipe, bro? Nobody does that.
When they finished the whole box of Snickers and realized it was called Three Musketeers on the label, they were like, no, this was our entire small business loan to launch this candy bar. And it's wrapped in, and what are we going to do? Sell them and tell people, here, buy the Snickers. It's amazing, but it's actually called Three Musketeers. But in the future, it'll be called Snickers. So enjoy it.
So you said they spent all their money on their first 100.
Yeah, Mr. Mars did.
Mr. Mars. You couldn't recover from 100 candy bar sales.
No, this was in the 1950s.
The 50s.
1850s.
1850s.
Yeah.
Okay. And they had mass production wrapping
They
machines.
were cloth wrappers. That's why it was so much work to undo their error.
That dude, I could unwrap and rewrap 100 Snicker bars in an hour.
They already shipped them. They shipped them before they realized.
Well, then
it was
on the
wrong.
next batch, just do it right.
But then, can you imagine the pandemonium? The
No,
customers are
no,
like,
there is
Three
no
Musketeers
pandemonium.
is my favorite candy bar for
I've had it
life."
once because there's only been 100 of them.
And next time they buy Three Musketeers, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Bro, that's
This
not a
isn't what I
big
had
deal.
last time.
They'd be like, oh, it must have been the other one.
says the guy who's spent months searching all of Europe for his favorite Haribo candy, and only wants
Bro,
that
if they
one."
had my favorite Haribo candy in a completely different wrapper with a different name, I'd be able to taste it. Be like, oh, I guess it's not that. I guess it's this. I hate this. It's not true.
Also, we're still waiting for that intro voiceover clip, Braxton.
Oh, yeah, we did
I don't know.
ask for that.
We didn't ask for it, but
Oh, right.
we're still waiting for it, Jude.
Any day now,
We're still waiting for
Braxton.
the intro audio that
Any day now.
intro's Friends with Benedicts, but
Get to work, Braxton.
Said